All right. What am I looking for? Man, I feel like I'm dreaming. It's been quite a while. It's been such a long time since I went live. All right. So let me see how I can send live link to few people. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me see how we're doing on YouTube. Fantastic. Good evening, everyone. So let me see. So yeah, this is the link I want to share. Let me open it up and be sure that, okay. All right, so we're live. Fantastic. Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Okay. Beautiful. Right. Good evening. Hey guys. Well done, Instagram. Well done, well done, well done, well done, well done. Fantastic. Okay. Beautiful. Nice. Welcome, Ada. Welcome, welcome. It's been such a while. I was online. Everything seems so strange. It's been such a while. Instagram barred me from going live since April, actually. I'm just super grateful to be here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm going to be putting, let me put the title to tonight's event, okay? Keeping kids safe everywhere. This is a very impromptu session, at least for my Instagram people. So let me pin the title. Pin, yep. Beautiful. Thank you so much. So let me come back to Melon. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Let me start welcoming my Instagram people. Thank you, Taye, for joining. Thank you, Daniela. Tonight, I'm going to be having a conversation about keeping kids safe, offline and online, even as we do a beautiful virtual launch of this new piece of material, these new books for kids titled Stay Safe Everywhere. Okay. Welcome, Mrs. Ian. Happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So tonight is going to be a very interesting one. We're going to be doing a whole lot. For one, let me just walk us through what's happening today. We have like a 3-in-1 event this evening happening over the next 40 to 50 minutes. And what is it going to be about? Number one, we have these books that we are launching. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it in a moment. So we're launching these simple materials to help our children in primary and secondary school stay safe everywhere. We're also going to be talking about pillars for effective body and online safety training for parents. And then I want to be able to answer questions that parents have. Okay, so this light turned, all right? All right, so I hope everyone can see me, can hear me. Woo! Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is going to be great. So those three things are happening. Number one, I'm going to talk a little bit about the book. the online safety book, the body and online safety books that we're launching this evening virtually. We actually launched it physically last Thursday, but I feel like we have a big audience online, and so we can also bring the conversation here. Auntie, stand one, please. And then we're going to talk about 4 pillars that parents need to know, especially about online safety. And so I'm going to be looking at that. And then I'll take a Q&A where parents can ask me questions they have around offering sex education in their homes. My name is Irene Bangwell. I'm excited to welcome you here tonight. I see more people are joining us. One person has joined us on YouTube. Fantastic. Say a couple of people on Instagram. I know many more people will be watching replay. So just in case you're watching this after we've already gone live, please leave us a comment and let us know where you are joining in from. So if you're watching, whether you're watching on Instagram or on YouTube, we'd like to know where you're joining us from. Tell us the name of your city. I don't mind also knowing the age group of your children. So you can say, I'm a mom or I'm a dad of an 8 and 10-year-old and I live in Lagos, yeah? I want to know the age group of children whose parents are going to be online tonight. Whew, I'm happy to be here. It's been a while. It's been a bit of time since I last came online. So I feel a bit rusty. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Okay. So let me know where you're joining in from. I see Ada is still here. Daniela is still here. Mrs. Yang. Let me know where you're joining in from. My YouTube audience, please let me know where you're joining it from. It will help so that we can begin the interactions immediately. So yes, I know that we're doing this virtually, but we want it to be as interactive as possible. So as the conversations are ongoing, you can drop questions that you have, you can drop comments, it just helps it to be a bit more participatory. So thank you so much for joining once again. My name, Irene Bangwell, and my first ask for tonight is that please leave me a comment. Let me know where you're joining in from. Hey, okay, so I see Tommy Jerry. Tommy says, I'm a mom from Abuja I think she was trying to tell us how old her baby is. Okay, so she's going to send that completely. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Tommy. Beautiful. So I see Daniela Adatsi. She's joining in from Accra, Ghana. Hey, how is Accra tonight? How is Accra tonight? I remember the last time I was in Accra, I had this beautiful plantain meal from a restaurant called Cheers something. All right. So Adatu has sent in her comment. She says, hi, good evening. My name is Vivian. I'm a mom of 2 beautiful girls, 3 years and 6 months. Fantastic, Mama. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Daniela also has 2 kids. Her kids are 9 and 7, respectively. And she's joining in from Accra. Okay, so Tommy Derry is a mom from Abuja with a 10 and 5-year-old girl. Fantastic. Welcome, Tommy. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you, everyone. All right. Hey, Chesapeake. Oh, you know the place, Daniela. Every time I think about Ghana, I think about Chesapeake. They're planting piece of cake. I've not had anything like it. So good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have every one of you here. So I want to give you like a bit of an agenda for tonight. So first, I'm going to tell you everything, not everything. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the project that we're doing that is leading us to launch these 2 books tonight. I'm going to tell a little bit about the project that is leading us to do this. And after that, I'm going to have a little session about 4 pillars that parents need to know about offering support to their children with regards to online safety. And then I'll also explain how online safety is related to sex education, okay? And then after that, I will be able to take questions you have. So if you're that parent that is struggling to know what the right thing to say to your children of different ages I'm in the building for that, all right? So Queen is joining in from Benin City. She's the mom of a beautiful girl who is 10 months old. Fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much. This is amazing. This is super, super amazing. So we're going to kickstart right about now because I want to make the hour count. Is that okay? So let me begin. First and foremost, my name is Irene Bangwell. I see people are joining in from different places. Some people are watching from my YouTube channel, Raising Girls with Irene Bangwell. Some people are watching from the YouTube channel of the KNOSK 100-a-day School. Some people are also watching on Instagram at raising-girls.ng. So that means you know me from different angles, and I'm going to just put it in a little bit of a wrap. All right. So first and foremost, my name is Irene Bangwell. I'm married. I've been married for 14 years. I have two daughters. My first daughter is 11, and my second daughter is 8 years old. Not now. All right. My second daughter is 8 years old, right? Soon to be 9. Yeah. So first off, I'm a mom. I'm married. I have two daughters. I've been married for 14 years, like I mentioned earlier. And I do two things. Number one, I run a non-profit school in Nigeria called the KNOSK 100-a-day School. I'm wearing our t-shirts tonight, yeah? I run the 100-a-day School in Nigeria along with my husband. It's a school project that we started in 2019. We sat down and said, look, Nigeria has a massive number of young people who are out of school, some who are already at risk of dropping out of school. And so we decided that, you know what, we needed to support them one way or the other. But we also knew that around that time that Nigeria had recently become the world's poverty capital. So what that meant was that a whole lot of Nigerians were dealing with poverty. And when people are poor, you begin to see the different indicators. One of them is that they are unable to send their children to school, and then you start to see nutrition is failing and all of that. So we sat down and asked ourselves, all right, we could set up a school and get poor kids into school, and that would be fine. That would be amazing. But what if they finish the school, they don't have employment, and they still go back to the same old reality that their parents were in? And that helped us sit down to say, what kind of education do poor children need so that regardless how the economy is faring, at the end of the day, they can actually have skills that they can deploy. They can become freelancers, they can work internationally, as long as they have skills that people are looking for. This is apart from the fact that they can start their own businesses at whatever scale that they can. And so in 2019, September, my husband and I launched the KNOSK 100-a-day School, where children pay school fees of just 100 naira a day. And 100 naira a day for my friends in Ghana, 100 naira a day is about 25 American cents. So I know that there's a way your currency cities has been. There's a way you guys, there's something you did with cities a couple of years ago. So convert the 25 American cents to 100 naira, something like that. And so we decided that let's create a school like that. So the children pay 100 naira a day, and they get books, they get uniform, they get lunch. The girls get monthly sanitary pads, they get STEM-based education, and they have a very supportive learning environment that is helping them to become the best that they can be. You get the idea. So as a means of introduction, these two books that we're launching tonight are products of the KNOSK 100-a-day School. And that's why I've started with that introduction. So these two books we're launching tonight, titled Stay Safe Everywhere. This is Stay Safe Everywhere for primary schools. This is Stay Safe Everywhere for secondary school. So I'm going to come to them in a moment, all right? So that's the first part of the introduction. The second part of the introduction is the fact that I'm a girls coach, and one of the things that I do in serving girls is teaching them Bible-based sex education. So last year, I started working on this beautiful, 2 years ago, I started working on this beautiful set of resources called the Body Smart Girl Bundle that was released last Easter 2021. And so based on our experience working with girls, designing stuff around sex education, some things started coming up. One of the first things that started coming up was that many children today have access to the internet, either through their parents' devices or their own devices, especially post-COVID. So many children now have access to internet-enabled devices and to a large extent, unrestrained use of the internet, especially after COVID. Now, because of that reality, we started seeing a whole lot of very risky sexual behaviors. We started seeing addictions in children. Yeah, when I'm talking about children, I'm talking about children and teens. And sometimes I'm talking about children as young as 6 being addicted to porn. So we started seeing all of those patterns where the kids were online during COVID. Kids were indoors during COVID. Kids took in a lot of junk, and now they're back to school and they're coming to school with all the things they learned before COVID, during COVID. They're just coming with a mix mash of different things. And so in our society, we've seen an escalation of all kinds of things post-COVID in schools, one scandal after the other. So because KNOSK is a school community, we started sitting down to say, look, these things may be happening out there, but even our own students are not exempted. We are a secondary school. And now because we're a secondary school, the tendency for puberty to be a fuel for this thing is very high. So I mean, I think about my students when they came in September 2019, all naive, all young, all excited about anything, all impressionable. And then puberty has started setting in. They started liking this one. They started having crushes. They started having cliques. You know, all of those things have started coming out. And I know that those things can interfere with learning. I know these things can interfere with learning. And so because of that, we said our school department decided to design a resource that did two things, that dealt with body safety and online safety. So just give me a moment. Favor. All right, I needed them to know that I had bought fuel in the fuel is in my boot. I forgot to tell them before I came on live so they can find the fuel and turn on the generator because the light is out, all right? So I hope someone comes in soon. Anyway, we sat down and said, you know what, let's design a resource that dealt with sex education and online safety because there's an intersection. Remember what I said, that during COVID, kids were indoors. During COVID, kids had access to the internet, and to a very large extent, it might have been unregulated internet, unregulated internet. And so because of that, there's fuel in my boot. So open my boot, bring out a keg of fuel, put it in the gen and run it. All right, thank you. So you get the idea. So because kids started accessing junk, to a very large extent, sex education has been shaken a little bit because whatever they learned while they were in their homes, whatever they learned when they were using the devices at home, they're bringing it into school and they're doing exchanges. Whether it's a day school, whether it's a boarding school, they're coming to share what they discovered with each other. Now, this is also being met with two groups of people who are not responding appropriately. Yeah? During COVID, children went online, children lived online practically, and children stumbled on things that were inappropriate. The reason that primarily happened is that many parents did not know how to guide their children's internet use. All right, many parents did not know how to guide their children's internet use. And so it was just like, they're bored now, let them, they're bored. And you know, there was a thing with parents thinking, oh, my child can never do that. But there were pop-ups. There were pop-ups. If they spoke to friends online, on the phone, there were friends who said, have you heard about this? Have you heard about this? Have you heard about this? And so these things happen. Even though there are so many parents that believe that it could never have happened to their children. And I smile and said, it happened to the best of us. It happened to, as long as your child was home and there was Wi-Fi in your home, there was a laptop, whether do you think they were learning online only, there were pop-ups. And I'm going to tell you why that happened. But before I tell you why that happened, I'll tell you two groups of people that are not managing the situation very well. All right. Number one, parents. So first and foremost, I remember one time I was talking to a parent and she started talking about porn and everything. And I told her that, look, every parent must approach their child with the assumption that their child has used porn. I'm going to say it again. Every parent must approach their child with the assumption that their child has used porn. Why am I saying so? Because it is, I consider it one of the demons for this generation. It's one of the things that is coming at this generation. So the access to the internet and content and perspectives from people who buy your values and people who don't means that it is easy for such values, such content to seep in. So the whole idea is our work as parents is to be ready that when this thing happens, what am I going to do? So we've had situations where parents would beat kids because they saw the kids with porn, where parents will have exaggerative reactions, such as, oh, you've shamed me, all my Christianity, everything I did, my faith, my prayers are a waste, you know. Meanwhile, we need to be pragmatic about it. When I say pragmatic, what do I mean? When did you first find it? What platforms did you find it? Did someone tell you about it? Do you find yourself thinking about going there? Where are you normally when you feel the most comfortable to watch it? So if you have a child that can take their tablet to their room, lie down in their bed, relax and watch, then we have a problem. So it means we can make their rooms no phone zones and ask them to bring the devices to the parlor. And while we're doing all of this, we're helping the child see that we are your partner. I'm trying to help you deal with an addiction that is seeping in. And this will come after we have carefully taught the child the consequences of getting into those kinds of behaviors and everything. So, but that's one end. On the other end, we have children showing up in school with all kinds of challenges, with all kinds of issues, and staff members in schools are not even ready. They don't know how to manage it. We're shaming children, we're labeling children. And I smile as every time you see a child that acts, that is doing something they're not supposed to, it means that an adult in their life has failed them. Whether it was for the adult to protect them, or whether it was for the adult to create a content that is now a problem for a child. Every time you meet a child that knows what they shouldn't know, behaves in a way they shouldn't behave, does what they shouldn't do, it is a sign that an adult in their life has failed. So by the time they show up in school and we shame them, we label them, we make a gossip about them, teachers call them names, their parents are coming in with shame and getting into defense, many times the child doesn't get the help that the child needs. And so last month, as an organization, we said, you know what, let's team up together. Let's bring parents and tell them, come. Let's bring schools together and say, come. We have a problem in our hands. And in order for us to deal with it, there are three things to do. Number one, we need to equip parents to know how to offer sex education at home and to know how to respond when things go crazy. Because just because things go crazy does not mean they cannot be resolved, does not mean a child cannot take a new turn. So we need to equip parents on how to support their children at home, on how to teach their children at home, on how to know when something has gone wrong already, or to know the signs before things go wrong. We need to teach parents that. We need to teach school staff members how to prevent and manage issues. So for instance, they say a boy was caught in the toilet with a girl. And I'm asking, where are the minders at that time? Where are the janitors? Where are the people that watch the toilet? Can we sit down and map all the rooms where